my channel. So today's video is just gonna be a very casual and chatty video about college and the whole coronavirus affecting fall 2020. It has definitely been kind of a stressful month, or like this past month in July, since there was a lot of uncertainty with college, and I kind of just wanted to come on here and just like talk about it, rant about it, because I know a lot of college students are definitely having similar feelings, especially those who are not going back on campus like myself. And also I kind of wanted to talk about some tips and advice for online college, since I did do a few months of it last semester. And yeah, let's just get started with this video. So the first thing I want to talk about is just what my plan is going into the fall. So for those of you out there who don't know me and don't know where I go to school, I am a rising sophomore at Lehigh University. And if you don't know where that is, it's in Pennsylvania. And I kind of talked about my freshman year experience in a whole nother video. But basically, Lehigh announced that only freshmen are allowed to go back to campus, well, at least to live on campus. This was announced probably a few days ago. So it's honestly super last minute, and I kind of wish Lehigh made their decision much earlier, because for me, I live on the West Coast, so it definitely requires much more planning for me to go back to campus if I were to do that. I mean, it is nice that Lehigh made this decision finally, since I definitely think that this is the right decision, just to like not have as many people go back, because you know, coronavirus, like it's still here. It would be really hard to enforce wearing masks and social distancing on a college campus if like every grade were to go back. It's just frustrating that they announced it so late, and they kind of had our hopes up that we would be going back, because that's what they said in the very first email that was sent out, probably like beginning to middle of July. Basically, they gave us two options. So it's either to be fully remote, which is what I'm doing, or just not be fully remote, which basically means that you can go onto campus for either class or like the gym, the dining hall, like some of the facilities. But the thing was, in the beginning, they weren't offering every class remotely, which is dumb, because they were like, oh, like we definitely encourage everyone to consider the fully remote option. But then it's like, how am I supposed to be fully remote if my classes aren't even offered remotely? For me, I'm a biochem major, so I have a lot of science labs, and in the beginning those were supposed to be blended, and that kind of means like half of it's online, but then the other half is like in person. Me and my friends were like all pretty like worried or like concerned and just like confused about the whole situation, and we like kept emailing professors, but no one really seemed to like have any information besides the university, and everyone was waiting for their final decision, which came out August 3rd, or a little bit before that, and August 3rd is where they kind of like finalized everything. It's definitely been like a roller coaster the past month, just like figuring out what I was supposed to do, because we went through the housing process, like me and my roommate, and we were supposed to be living in a suite or apartment with two other people, but me and my roommate both had singles, and then the other room was a double. But now, since only freshmen are going back, all the rooms are singles, which is good since of COVID. It was really confusing because we were all planning to go back. I definitely like wasn't super inclined to go back, and my parents didn't want me to go back anyways. I was only going to go back if my classes were in person and like I had to. It definitely sucks that I won't be seeing my friends or just like meeting anyone new for the next 5 months. And also, now that all of our classes are remote, I'm pretty sure some of them, or most of them as of right now, are all like synchronous. And basically what that means is like everyone is like on at the same time. So like a Zoom call, like everyone's in the Zoom call at the same time. And I am 3 hours behind because I'm in Pacific time. My earliest class is 9:20, which is physics. So if that's a Zoom, like I have to be up at like 6 a.m. my time. But I know that a lot of professors are sending out surveys like asking people what time zone they're in. And I know that my psychology professor actually already sent out an email saying that it would be like half asynchronous and then half synchronous. so it wouldn't be like too challenging on people who are in different time zones. And obviously like I'm not like the worst, like I'm only 3 hours behind compared to like international students. A good thing about it would be that I would finish all my classes like super early in the day. My latest class ends around like 4, which is like lab, and that means that I would end at like 1 p.m. my time, which is super nice to just like get things out of the way and have more time in the day to either study, do homework, or just like have like relaxed time. But it would definitely take some time to adjust to the new schedule since I do not wake up at 6 a.m. every day. I know that a lot of freshmen are disappointed if they're not going back to campus since like they're gonna miss out on their experience, whereas incoming sophomores are kind of past that and like are ready to like, you know, grind and like starting to do research and like applying to be e-board members of clubs. I'm probably just biased because I'm a sophomore, but for me, like that's just how I feel right now, is that I feel disappointed that I can't like get to know my professors as well, or like get into a lab and like do research like hands-on and just like meet new people. I really wanted to like branch out sophomore year and like trying to get to know as many people as possible, because I feel like sophomore year is kind of where you find like your like really solid friend group. Not to say that I don't like my friends now, like I'm really happy with the people that I've met, but like college is so huge, like there's so many people out there, and I just wanted to meet more of them sophomore year and like join more clubs and just like all that kind of stuff, because I feel like freshman year I was like really just trying to figure out like how college worked rather than like being like super involved or anything, especially like I moved so far away from home, so it was definitely like a brand new experience. There's definitely some very big disappointments that is happening because of COVID, but I totally understand that it's for everyone's safety. I'm not really like mad about it, I'm just like disappointed. I think it's okay to be mad that they delivered information so poorly. It would have been so much nicer if they just told us sooner. And the thing is, okay, this is the main point. Tuition is not going down. Like, what? What? Like, are you serious? At least now I don't have to pay for like housing or dining, so like I definitely save like a lot of money that way. But that also means that financial aid goes down because you don't have to pay as much. For people who chose the fully remote option at Lehigh, you get a 10% reduction on tuition. In comparison to the education that you're receiving, it just doesn't balance out. I just feel like the whole tuition thing is like so ridiculous, because literally you're just gonna be on your laptop in your room all day. Like what? That's like one main thing that like I know that everyone is pretty upset about. Anyways, on to the second part of this video, which is about tips and advice for online school. I took online high school in sophomore year. That's like a whole nother story. I've had my fair share of online education. The first thing you need to do is just have a planner and like a to-do list. If you're doing online school, you definitely need one. Like, you need to stay on top of your shit. So basically what I do is I have my bullet journal, which I made a video about that. But besides my bullet journal, I keep a little like sticky note thing on my MacBook. So if you go into your MacBook, there's like the little app that says like stickies or whatever. And I just like put it on the top right corner of my desktop, and I put in like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I write in everything I want to get done on that day. Things definitely pile up in college. Definitely do not procrastinate on like studying for tests, and I definitely did that, and I definitely regret it. Tests are weighed so much in college. I remember I took my first chemistry exam and it was not good. Like, definitely just keep track of things that you want to get done and get things done early. Do not wait until the night before, and do not wait until like 11 p.m. on the day that it's due because it's due at 11:59. Like, don't do that. And another thing is obviously have like a really clean and organized study space. So as you can see, like kind of like next to me, this is my desk. I really try to keep things like super minimal on my desk. Like I don't keep a lot of things on it. A cluttered desk and like study area is just really hard to focus in, at least for me. And definitely just having a routine will definitely help. And I'm sure like if your classes are on Zoom, like it'll force you to have a routine to like wake up at a certain time. And I know people who like do Zoom calls like in their bed or whatever, or like do homework in their bed. But personally, I feel like it's not as productive, and you should definitely do it like at a desk of some sort. And also just like buy some cute school supplies, you know? Cute school supplies will definitely motivate you to do work. If your professor is recording lectures rather than doing Zoom, do not procrastinate on those recorded lectures. You should just watch the lecture on the day that you're supposed to watch it, because watching recorded lectures is honestly so exhausting. It's definitely hard to like give you guys advice on college, especially freshmen. I don't know, it's just so weird because now it's online, so I can't really tell you to like introduce yourself to the person you're sitting next to in class, because you're probably not going to be sitting next to anyone in class. And you shouldn't. You should stay 6 feet away. If you already know people that like go to your school and that are in your class, definitely set up like study group times or whatever, just to like study with other people and like get help from them, and definitely like stay connected to your friends. And don't be afraid to like email your professor or like go into a Zoom like office hour thing. Last semester, my math professor was like super nice. He's like the nicest old man ever. He would literally just tell us like send him like a picture of our homework and like ask questions if we were struggling or something. They definitely understand that it's like hard to do class online. That's the experience that I have with my professors. Also, if you live in like a different time zone, definitely make sure you're turning in assignments at the right time. That's like something that you'll probably easily forget, but definitely like set a reminder or something and make sure you like keep track. That's kind of all I have to say about college in this video. I didn't really want to name this like college advice because there's just not much that I can give you as of right now, since I don't even know what my semester is going to look like, because it's definitely going to be different than last time, even though it's still like online. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know that this video was like kind of all over the place, but I kind of just like wanted to like rant about college and everything. If you have any more questions about college, leave a comment down below, or feel free to DM me on Instagram. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.